Welcome to another fantastic TV show. My name is Milt Franco,
And I'm Fern Haskins.
and the title of our show is Village Highlights. And we want to thank you folks for tuning us in today. We have an exciting show. We've got a number of guests, and get a pencil and paper because you won't remember everything that we want to tell you unless you write it down. If you're like me and some of my guests, I'm sure.
Don't include me.
Oh,
Okay,
everybody's included except Fern.
that's right.
All right. And one of our first guests today is Don Lang, and he is the president of the Bella Vista Woodcarvers Club. And Don, welcome to the program. Don has brought with him some of the members of the club and some of the examples of what has been created at the club. And basically, he's going to tell a little bit about an up-and-coming show that they have, and then we're going to have a brief view of some of the things that have been fantastically carved right here in Bella Vista. Don?
Good morning. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it. The Bella Vista Woodcarvers Club is a group of men and women who've been in existence since about 1987. There are about 50 of us. And we participate in a lot of community events such as the Spanker Creek Fairs and the Hay Days, and we demonstrate at some of the retirement homes, and we give back to the community in those ways. And we have a very exciting event coming up this coming Saturday that I'd like to tell you about, and that is our Artistry in Wood wood carving show at Reardon Hall from 9 to 4 Saturday. It's free to the public, and we'll have lots and lots of door prizes to give away to the public. So we want to invite everyone to come to that.
Okay, will this be an exhibit of what the members have created?
Yes, we'll have at least about 25 wood carvers from Bella Vista and some other locations, one from Hot Springs Village and one from Oklahoma, that'll be exhibiting with us. And it'll be a big show, and we appreciate it if everyone would turn out and support the show so that we can continue to do this. We have not had a show like this in about 7 years. So we thought it was time we give back to the community once again.
Oh, yes, yes. I've attended some in the years past, and boy, it's always remarkable about what people can really create in the time that it takes to do this. Because a lot of times people see things that are store-bought, but these are not store-bought things.
No, these are all handmade, and we welcome everyone to join. From beginners, we have a mentoring program for youth also. So anyone who thinks they have an interest in wood carving or sculpting, wood burning, pyrography, anything like that is welcome to attend. We meet every Thursday at Reardon Hall from 1 to about 3 o'clock. So people are welcome to drop in and join us, and there'll be someone that would be available to help them get started and give instruction. Most of the guys who've been carving for a little while end up being educators also, help the new people learn how to do this. And it's very helpful, a lot of camaraderie in the club, and we enjoy it a tremendous amount.
Well, beautiful, beautiful. I know that if I'm a viewer out there and I'm thinking about getting into a club, but I'm not sure that I even have that kind of a talent, it's nice that I can be able to come down and just sit and talk with some of the people and find out a little bit more about the club and actually observe some of the things that people do.
Yes.
And before I make that decision.
Yeah, most of us probably don't realize that we had the talent. I didn't start carving till about 7 years ago, and there are several other people who are newcomers. Some of the ladies are newcomers also. Some people, however, have been carving for 30 years or more and exhibit their carvings at well-known shows around the country. And we have at least one gentleman who exhibits over at Branson at Silver Dollar City at the Engler Block there, and sells some of his carvings and sculptures in that area. And others that participate in shows like in Phoenix, Arizona. They have a big desert wood carving show out there each February. Wichita has a big show that our carvers participate in, and we all do very well in winning awards and ribbons for those shows.
I think one of the things you just mentioned, and you kind of slipped over rather quickly, and that is that men and women, because most of the time people think of the Woodcarvers Club as just men getting together, but it's nice to hear that you have some women in your club, and so
do.
if some of the women viewers out there would like to get started, they wouldn't be the first one.
And it's a lot less expensive to start learning to wood carve than it is learning to golf. One thing. Wood carving you can do with just a knife or a
Yes.
gouge. It'll take up your time and you can lose yourself in it. It just melts all your worries away when you get involved in it.
And you can sit down and do it
That's right. You can sit or stand, whichever you like.
without having to chase a ball everywhere.
Yes.
All right. Well, now you brought some exhibits with you, and you have some of the carvers here, and they want to share a little bit of information about how that was created.
Okay, good. Let me introduce Lloyd Elkison first. Lloyd is a past president of the Woodcarvers Club, and he brought some things that he's done here. Lloyd?
Well, I brought some things that are simple. I brought from my beginning to my latest creation, and that's this dogwood flower on an egg-shaped piece of wood. Now, I got that idea out of a Woodcarvers magazine as a good place to start. It's a simple piece of basswood that was about a 2x2 by almost 3-inch high block of basswood to start out with. Shaped it into an egg. After I got it shaped into an egg, then I formed it, the dogwood flower and leafing on the front of it. It coated with something that's unusual, as simple as motor oil, putting to preserve the wood, and then putting a deft finish on it, which it turned out very nice. I was surprised that you use motor oil to preserve wood. But this instructor is what they recommended. Now, my last creation that I've been working on, I started this thing about a year ago, and I've been taking a lot of time, is the Cigar Store Indian. One day I hope to make a full-size one and use that as my replica. But that started also with about an 8-inch piece of basswood, about 2.5, yeah, I'm going to push it till 3 because of the war bonnet and stuff, of wood. And that is finished in multiple acrylic paints. Then it is oiled with, but this time I used a thinned oil and then coated it with deft. And it turned out like that. And in between these two carvings, then I came up with, I made myself a dog tag. I made myself a name tag, which kind of replicated our emblem for our club. And we kind of encourage everybody in the club to take an attempt at making themselves a name tag so we can get familiar and know each other. And then I'd just like to represent this pintail for Don Smith, one of our excellent decoy carvers. This bird here won a best of show in the Wichita carving contest. So that's the ones that I'll take responsibility for this morning.
All right. Well, they're
Thank you, Lloyd.
beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's a good start on a number of beautiful things that you've brought here. And of course, they each take various kinds of skills and time, correct?
Yes, very much so.
And usually they start out with just a plain piece of wood block.
Yeah, and there's lots of different types of wood. You can carve just about any kind of wood. Some, of course, are harder than others. Most carvers, especially starting out, use basswood. But there'll also be some carvings on display made out of aromatic cedar that won't be painted. They'll just be natural finished, and they're beautiful in order to show off the beauty of the wood. And some of the carvings that we'll have there will be more or less sculptures as high as 4 to 5 feet
Oh,
large.
my goodness sakes.
So there'll be small things and some very large things there of wide variety of carvings.
Okay.
Now, one of our members, Scotty, kind of specializes in relief work. So Scotty Wilson, would you like to tell us a little bit about your carving?
Yes, I would. I'm new at carving. I started about 2 years ago, and I didn't know, I had no idea that I could create anything out of wood. So what I did was, with the help of the club members, some of the older guys that are very good, they told me that relief carving would probably be something that I could achieve. So what I did was I got me a piece of basswood here, and this is the end cut. And I was told much later that this is about the worst piece that you could start on because it's kind of hard. It's real hard, harder than anything else. But anyway, what I did was I got the pattern of this elephant here, and I carved it on the basswood. And then after I carved it, then I said, well, I needed a background. So then what I did, I put mountains up here, and then I put palm leaves hanging down like that. And so it took me probably a couple of months to do that. And also, I've done quite a bit of crosses. And what I did with the crosses, I sent one to all of the nieces and the nephews and my kids, and I put a chain on them so they could either wear them around their neck like I have this one, or they could hang it from their mirror in their vehicle, or they could do whatever they want with it, and they was quite pleased to have that.
Thank you, Scotty. The crosses that he showed are one of the projects that the club does as a club. Sometimes someone will come up with an idea and show this cross in this case and say, gee, this would be good for not only beginners, but the rest of us who would like to do some, and Christmas ornaments. We also do ornaments for the holidays. Someone will come up with an idea for a project, and most of us will do several of those. Some of our club members have done dozens and dozens of those crosses to give away or to sell. Now, if I might, I'd like to just talk about the last few carvings over there as an example of some of the other things that you'll see. Because some of our members do caricature carvings, which is like that cowboy there, and the cross back there is some of the aromatic cedar. Of course, there's a St. Patrick here in green that's shown, and the lady there in bust is basswood. So there's a wide variety of carvings that the club does and that the people will see when they come to the show on Saturday. We have some professional type carvers that'll be displaying there, which we haven't brought any of those things here or those people here today, but they will be there Saturday. Don Effinger, who's well known and has his things over in Branson. Don Hunt, who lives here in the village, is a well-known carver, a caricature carver. And there's a gentleman from Oklahoma, Grove, Oklahoma, who's very famous with his caricature carvings. He's going to be coming to the show and displaying his pieces also. So a lot of these things sell for many hundreds, even thousands of dollars, some of them, for the semi-professional type people. But most of us just do things for our own benefit and for giving away to family and friends.
Excellent, excellent. Well, one of the nice things about going to a show like this is the fact that if you just think you're interested in it, there's a number of people there that can answer almost any kind of a question you have and make you feel comfortable about it without, you know, being a little bit uptight or,
That's right.
Gee, I don't know if I should ask this question, or go home and say, I should have asked this question while I was there, but I just didn't feel comfortable doing it. When you go to the show, not only do you get to see some beautiful work, but you get that feeling that it's something, if you're really interested in, you yourself can do, because you got a lot of experts there that can help you.
I think we'd encourage everyone, whoever's interested or thinks they might be interested, to come to one of our meetings also in addition to the show. But I think there are also quite a few carvers in the village that don't come to our meetings yet. And we kind of would invite them to come back if they've been, or at least to come now. I know of several carvers who just carve at home and they might feel, well, you know, I'm not good enough to do this, but they really are. They just need a little more confidence in their own work and in themselves. So we welcome everyone to come and at least try and look and see what we do. Have a good time.
Beautiful. Well, Don, I want to thank you for being here yourself, and also thank your members for coming and also bringing some of their wonderful work that they've done so that people can actually see it.
Thank you. May I do one last pitch for the show?
Certainly.
Saturday at Reardon Hall from 9 to 4. There'll be lots of door prizes to give away. We have over $700 worth of door prizes that we're going to be giving away to the public. So we appreciate everyone who comes out and support it. so that if we get a good turnout and good support, then we probably will be able to continue this in the future for the community.
Excellent. And one of the nice things about it is there's no charge. There's no admission
right.
charge. And
That's
you
right.
can just come with your pockets empty, and but come with the idea that you may want to buy something.
At least a little ornament or
Yes.
something.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you again. Thanks
Thank you
to your
for
club
having
members.
us.
All right. Thank you. Fern,
Yes,
I think
my turn.
you have an exciting guest also.
I do. Her name is Sally Carroll, and she is from the Concordia Retirement Center here in Bella Vista, and she has an exciting guest coming actually next Saturday. Welcome, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
This is the paranormal is really exciting to me because I get goosebumps with those. So would you tell me a little bit about Wesley Fox and all the information that you have with
Sure,
him?
sure.
Because you have a lot.
I do have quite a bit of information, and I made a few little notes, so I may refer to my notes. It'll be actually a week from this Saturday. So
26th.
it's the 26th of July. It's going to be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is free, and it's open to the public. Wesley Fox, or Wes Fox, is a paranormal investigator, and he's also an author. And he's going to be speaking at our main facility, all the way at the top of the hill. And Wes is actually the brother of our office manager, Carol Boffman. Wes actually has written a couple of different books. One is House of Echoes, which he just re-released. And he's going to speak about that book and his experiences as a paranormal investigator. He is actually going to show pictures and play sounds of during the interventions of going on these trips. He actually goes around the country and volunteers his time to help people get rid of ghosts in their homes. Wes has always been interested in writing. He's always been interested in paranormal activity, and his interest in the paranormal activity really was sparked when he was growing up. The home that they only lived in for about 2 months was actually down in Lowell, Arkansas, and it was next to the Allen Canning. And he and his family lived there. Carol was old enough that she was already on her own, and so she wasn't living at the house. Her brother was about 10 or 12 years old, and so he noticed that there were odd things going on. His parents, too, noticed there were a lot of things that could not be explained. And Carol explained to me yesterday that the really interesting part is that they come from a very conservative family, and that his father did not believe in ghosts or spirits at all. But after living there for only 2 months, they began to realize something bigger was going on, and they moved from that home. The family that moved in after them only stayed for a short time too, and to this day they will not talk about their experiences in living in that house. Since it was owned by Allen Canning, they eventually tore down the house and just made it a parking lot. So what he did was, since he was a child and only remembered bits and pieces, he went back to his aunt and his parents, who had kept detailed notes of the weird things that happened throughout time. And so he wrote a book about that and filled in with those notes. So he's going to be speaking about his trips around the country, his book, and we'll be actually showing these sights and sounds that he gathered. Next month, he's going to release another book called Deliver Us from Evil. And this fall, he's going to be on a TV show, Paranormal Witness, on October 10th and 17th. So we just think it will be really interesting. He has talked about going up to Jefferson City, Missouri, to an older prison, and going up there and trying to rid them of some old ghosts, and asked Carol to come along, and Carol said, "I'm not spending the night up there." So we think it will just be really interesting. He'll talk about his books and his work. He also works as a tour guide over in Branson for Branson's Ghost and Legends. So again, it's open to the public, it's free, and it's at 2 o'clock, and it'll be a week from this Saturday, so it's July the 26th.
Boy, that sounds like an interesting thing.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I like those kind of books. So
Right.
it's interesting. Gives you goosebumps.
It does. It does. Yes.
And that sounds great. And you work at the Concordia on top of the hill, right?
In the main facility
Okay.
in independent and assisted living. And the presentation is going to be upstairs on the second floor, and we're kind of in that main hub by the dining facility and all those other things.
Well, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Like I say, we had a nice little discussion
We
about
did.
different places.
Yes.
So looking forward to this. I'll
Thank
be
you.
there.
Thank you.
you very much,
All right,
Sally.
thank you.
Bye-bye. Your turn. We have another interesting guest.
Oh, interesting and exciting.
I
And it's
noticed.
for all viewers out there, too.
That's right.
Yes. And his name is Daryl Muldoon.
Correct,
And
yes, sir.
he's here to talk about a beginning golf seminar.
That's
and
correct,
I know
Mel.
there's a number of people out there who've thought about getting into golf. And if some of them are like me when I first moved here, you know, never played golf before. Now everybody here plays golf, or why do you move here? And so you're here today to talk a little bit about how to get started in golf, as well as how to improve in golf.
That's correct, Mel.
All right.
Thanks for having me. I very appreciate it. The POA puts on a adult golf seminar, which is every month. Coming up in August, it's going to be on a Wednesday from 5:30 to 6:30. It's just an hour of lessons. We have a maximum of 20 people that can get into the lessons because we want to spend quality time with the people. We have 3 PGA pros that start out teaching you from grip to stance, how to have fun with golf. The hour goes by super fast. You got 20 people trying to teach them all the facets of golf. It flies by. We go from putting, chipping, all the way through to driving and pitching. 3 of the lessons we do at Tanya Creek Driving Range, which is right there. We work with them. We had a lot of golf balls. The 4th lesson, we actually take them onto the golf course, which is great. So we take them out there, show them if they like it, teach them the rules, the basic stuff that's going on, and etiquette that comes with golf. It is fun. We have a lot of people that come back. A lot of people have joined. They're not sure. We got clubs for them. They come out, hit it, which leads to sales, and then they end up playing golf and joining all the couples groups and all good stuff that happens with golf around the village.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Now, is this open for all ages?
This is an adult only. We have other programs like First Tee and other clinics that we have for the kids. This is mainly for adults. So in August, it's going to be on a Wednesday evening, and then after that will be, the next month will be on a Saturday, which is really good.
Okay.
So we kind of rotate it a little bit.
Now, is there a fee for this?
Correct, yes, Mel. It's $20 for the whole month. So it gives you 4 golf lessons, very affordable. Good way to see if you're going to enjoy golf.
Now, if I don't have a set of golf clubs, do you have clubs there that I could use?
Yes, sir.
I just want to be a beginner.
Yes, sir. When you sign up, when you call the golf office and sign up, you tell the ladies in the office that you don't have a set of clubs, you're right-handed or left-handed, male or female, and we'll get it all set up, get them down there, and go through that process with you guys. And
Okay.
explain all the different types of clubs that you're going to use too.
Okay, now each session lasts about how long?
An hour. It's an
hour.
hour long.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
We divide everybody into groups. Like I said, there are three pros around there. We divide them up and teach them all the different areas of golf.
So once I've completed the course, is there a pass or fail?
No, sir. It's just good times. We try to teach you how to get the interest in golf. Golf can be a very frustrating game, but it is a fun game. And what we do is we get down there, we have fun, we have lots of laughs. We see a lot of couples coming down. And from there, we teach you how to go out. That's why we take you on the golf course for the last lesson. Teach you how to have fun, like a scramble event where you can all play and just make it enjoyable, because it is a beautiful time to get out. Golf's really good in the village. People don't realize how good we have it over here on the golf courses, and it's really a good place.
Well, the people that I know that play golf many times have said, sometimes I don't play to play the game, I just play to get the exercise.
That's exactly
Because
right.
There's a lot of walking and hunting and that type of thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of fun.
The nice thing about this too is that if you have a partner or a spouse that has no interest in it at all, they should still come, basically because when you go out and play golf, then when you come home from the game, I'll have some knowledge about the game itself.
Correct.
And I
yes.
can ask you some wonderful questions, like how did you do this, and that sort of thing.
That's exactly right. We see a lot of spouses. Golf is growing, and we have spouses come in, they're not sure, they've got the kids to take care of, they retire, then all of a sudden they're like, well, let's do some stuff together. So they come take these golf lessons, and they learn this is fun. And what they do is then from there, they progress from these seminars that we do, and they get out there and they start playing with groups on Saturday. Like we have 9-hole couple groups. After that, after 9 holes, they go have a burger and hang out and visit. So it becomes, from this golf seminar, it develops. And over the last, I've been here 4 years, and I've done it for 4 years, and I've seen couples just growing. It keeps growing. I see them come into, I'm a country club, Bella Vista Country Club, I'm the pro there. They come in and they say, you remember the first lesson you gave us 4 years ago? And here we are, we playing as couples and having a ball, and that's what it's about.
Well, it has to be satisfying for you to see that somebody is taking your instruction and has really developed and really likes the game.
Yes, sir.
Yes, well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else we need to tell them?
No, I appreciate the opportunity to come on here, and if you're thinking about golf, call the golf office, get signed up, and come and join us. We'll have a lot of fun, and if you can understand me, you can understand golf.
And you say call the golf office.
Yeah.
What number would I call?
That'll be 479-855-5077 or 76. There'll be a lady there to help us out, help you out.
And give that number once again, because some people can't write as fast as you talk.
Got it. That is 855-5076 or 77.
All right. Darrell, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, sir. Thanks
And,
for having me.
When you have to have some more airtime in the future, let us know.
That'd be great. Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you very
it.
much. Well, Fern,
Yes,
you're ready now.
I'm ready.
Talk with the man who was sitting over here, and now we got him sitting over there. So
Yeah.
I know he's exciting and ready to share some information.
Oh, he is. This is Dave Hageman, and he is with the Tour of Homes at Highlands Church. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much.
I've been to many of those tours. They're always exciting. There is so many new things to see at all these wonderful homes. How long has the Tours of Homes been going on?
This is our 24th annual Homes Tour. And just to give you an idea of how we've progressed, we started out, the first one we made $3,000. Last year's tour made $17,900, which all the money went to charity, many of them local here in Bella Vista.
Okay, that's really important, because when we have something like this, as you're touring homes, you're wondering, well, okay, I paid this much for my ticket. Where's this money going? You like to think you're helping some other people. How do you select the homes when you're doing this?
There's really only one criteria, and that's that they be interesting. And interesting could mean a very small house that's exquisitely decorated. It could mean a house that has somebody that people would like to get to know about, like we had Joe Ferguson, who was a famous quarterback in college here, went on to a professional career. We had his house. So the main feature of that home was him himself. We have other people that, for example, do model trains, model airplanes. They may have china collections. Some of them are artists in their own right. So basically, it's a combination of things. It could be the architecture of the home, it could be the individual's life that's in the home, or it could be how it's decorated or their hobbies. But all those combine to make an interesting house, and that's what we're after.
How many homes are on the tour this year?
Every year we have 5 tour homes, and this year we have 5 special homes. It's not only the houses, though. At each house there is a raffle that goes on. There's an item for $200, worth $200 at each home. Tickets are $1 each, or 6 for $5. So that gives you an opportunity to get one of those raffle items. And then when you go to the Highlands Church, which is the stop on the tour, we have a classic car show, which is very interesting. Typically we'll have 15 to 20 cars. Inside the church, we have a Highlands Cafe, which have hot dogs, cold drinks and dessert. We also have an antique appraiser that's going to be there in the morning from 9 until 2. And we also have antique sales that are there. So there are many things you can do on the homes tour.
Boy, you have a lot of things going on, not only just the homes, but all of that. Where would you suggest, if we live on the east side, where would you suggest we get started for our homes?
Okay, I can give you kind of a virtual tour. If you start
That's
on
what we'd
Highway
like.
540, everybody knows where the country club is. We have 2 houses this time right above the country club. House number 1 is at One Clubhouse Place. That's Bob and Suzanne Webb. That house has a beautiful light and airy living room with a view of Lake Windsor. Now, virtually just down the street a few feet on 6th Country Club Circle, we have Mel and Barb Beeman's house, who overlook the 18th hole of the country club. And the feature of that house is they have a 300-foot train track in the lower level with 3 trains that run on there. So he's a model train guy. That'll be very interesting for some of the guys. So then if you move on up Lancashire and up through the Highlands Gate, then we come to 5 Largs Lane, which Ben and Gay Kiker, they have a 20-foot high vaulted pine ceiling, stacked stone fireplace. On the lower level, they have a 1940s jukebox, which some of us can probably relate to, a Mexican bar with memorabilia from Texas. Going on up Glasgow Drive, you get to the church, what I just mentioned. You have the classic car show, the antique fair, and there's also a handmade quilt on raffle up there that came from the quilt store at Eureka Springs. So that'll be an item to be raffled off. And moving on to house number 4, 29 Stonehaven Drive, Bill and Sharon Gross. That home overlooks Loch Lomond. It has a bedroom with a carpeted wall, which is very interesting, a quilting room, family room, bar and storage area, and a beautiful lake views. And finally, just across the street, which makes for easy parking, we have 30 Stonehaven Drive. Bill and Patty Stevenson own that home. This one has an indoor swimming pool, a dining room that has custom artwork of tree that's actually molded into the walls. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's custom made just for that particular home. So that's just a sample of some of the things you're going to see on the Highlands Home Tour.
Now, I'm sure some of our viewers are saying, okay, where can I get the tickets for this? And how much is the cost?
Okay. Pre-tour, you have a bargain. If you get your tickets pre-tour, they're only $10. If you get the tickets on the day of the tour, which you can get them at any house or at the Island Gates on the day, they'll be $12.
Okay.
But pre-tour, the tickets are going to go on sale at the church this coming Monday on the 21st of July. And they'll also be on sale at the Arvis Bank at Highlands Gate, the Arvis Bank at Town Center, the Arvis Bank at Sugar Creek. And those will be on sale 2 weeks ahead, probably around the 1st of August. And also at Delta Bank at Highlands Gate, they'll also be on sale there, probably around the 1st of August.
Now, when someone picks up their tickets, will that give them, tell them where they should start to look for the homes?
This is your ticket. It's the actual ticket brochure. It gives you a map on the back. You have a description and pictures of each house, and it tells you how to get to each house and mileage and everything else. And we also have the tour well marked with signs.
Yeah, that's just what I was going to say. Those signs are so important when you're out there driving around and you have no idea exactly where you're going.
You can't get lost.
No, you can't. Well, I know I have enjoyed the tour of homes many, many times, and it's not just the homes that you look at, but you look at the landscaping, absolutely everything, and you get to meet the owners.
They do. That's a big part of it, is the personality of the
Yes.
owners. And they're really opening up their lives for charity. Their home, their lives, their collections for charity. And we couldn't do it without them. So we really hope people will come out and support this because it's the biggest community home tour there is.
Again, where is the church located? So as they're driving, if they get hungry, thirsty, need a little break from homes, where would the church?
It's on 371 Glasgow. And if you don't know exactly where that is, if you know where the Highlands Country Club is, we're just east of the Highlands Country
You're
Club.
just down the highway from
Just
that.
down the
Yes,
highway.
you are. Well, I appreciate you coming, really do, and I'm looking forward to this home tour. It sounds like a great deal of fun.
And we're looking forward to seeing you there.
Okay, thank you so very
Thank you.
much. Well, I have one more thing to talk about.
All right.
Pam Patterson from Concordia was not able to be with us. Something came up at the last second. But Concordia, down the hill, is having their first annual car show for a cause, and that's at 7 Professional Drive. It's a car show and a carnival. It's to raise funds for future events involving their residents and our community, and they just want to have fun. So if you have an antique car and you'd like to show it off, just give Pam a call at 855-3735. Or if you're interested in setting up a booth, give her a call for that. Or if you'd just like to volunteer, they can always use volunteers. When we were talking yesterday, why she said that, they'll be doing face painting. A lot of their residents there, or most of their residents that can make it, will be out because they want to see the cars also, and they just want to have fun with the community. So it'd be a great thing to just participate in this.
Excellent, excellent.
And you know what? We have a new website.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we do.
Tell us about it.
Well, it is www.bbctv.net. And I think if they get on there, they're going to be surprised about all they find out that we do here.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. You know, this may be a retirement community /
Yeah.
sleeping community, but we do a lot of things here.
Give those call letters once more.
It's www.bbctv.net. Bella Vista's CommunityTV.net.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, another fantastic show. We've had a lot of wonderful guests, and I'm sure each one of them could have talked just a little bit more.
I'm sure, but you know, we have to watch our time.
I know, I know.
Yes.
And I think we're getting close to
And-
that time limit. Yes, yes.
But I certainly hope they had out their paper and pens today so they could write down the time, the places.
Yes. Well, we have a highly intelligent audience.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Yes. And my daughter's here from Denver, and she recently showed me an article in the newspaper that said that the best food to eat away from home is pizza.
Yes. And we
Primarily
like
because
pizza.
you cook it and it's well done most of the time. And so if you're trying to wonder what to eat out, forget about the hamburgers and the greasy potatoes and all that other sort of stuff, and get a greasy, slimy pizza and eat it. It's good too.
Yes.
Well, Fern, thank you very much for
You're
arranging
welcome.
for the program today.
You're welcome.
And we want to take this time to thank you viewers for tuning us in.
See you next time.
And if you have any questions or you'd like to appear on the show ourselves, just give us a call, 855-4040, her age and mine.